So be it, Jedi.
I've taken down so many clones over the years. Once you figure out one, the rest are easy. What are you looking at? It's a nice hat.
What's going on, guys? Back giving another video, another Hot Toys 1/6 scale figure unboxing. Today we have Cad Bane from the Book of Boba Fett, but as you can see, I have the deluxe version with Toto 360. So for me, it's going to be my Clone Wars representation. Looking at the box, I mean, it goes to show how beautiful this figure is. On the side here, we have just your standard cigar band style art displaying the different face sculpts that it comes with. So we have the screaming one here and sort of the mid-tier neutral one there. But yeah, let's get this cover off and take a better look. And inside, as you can see, we have your typical art cover. And again, another beautiful display of the figure itself with neutral face sculpt and Toto 360. So this is probably exclusive to the deluxe. Inside we have our typical Hot Toys packaging. Everything is in its own little spot. I have taken the liberty of already opening up this figure to check it out and pull the plastic off. So we're gonna come back to everything out. All right, guys, so here we have all the accessories that come with it. Aside from Toto 360, let's get to the main focus here. It's gonna be these beautiful swap out face sculpts. In my opinion, Hot Toys went above and beyond with this figure. They could have easily just been lazy and given us one face sculpt and called it good, but they really outdid themselves. Multiple ways to display him if you like. We have his blasters, which have a very old style revolver vibe to them. Really cool and unique. We have 3 pairs of hands, the relaxed pairs on the figure. So we have 2 blaster holding hands left and right, and 2 fists. And along with the detail on the rest of the figure, these look great. We have a flamethrower effect, which is very nicely done. I don't know that I'll personally use it, but it looks really good. Boot rockets, which I will definitely be putting on the figure. And this little antenna that goes on the back of his, from what I know, he wears the breathing apparatus because it supposedly stops him from being able to be force choked by force users. And a flight stand with your ugly sand feet molded stand. Would have liked to just had a crotch grabber, but it is what it is. And here we have Toto 360. As you can see, I've already implanted this stand in his bum and put his rocket feet on. One thing to be careful about is this figure does feel very fragile, but it's definitely a nice inclusion, and the reason I bought the deluxe version was for him. Got some nice articulation in his arms and his legs. I mean, what more could you really need? You're not going to be doing any crazy poses. He's more of a companion piece. So he looks very nice. And here we have him. Definitely worth the price of admission if you ask me. I mean, this guy is like 13 inches tall. The hat is actually fabric. I don't know if it's actually felt, but very nice. They could have just used some cheap molded plastic. I mean, the tailoring is on point. I'm sure this isn't the first review you've seen of this figure, so you know as well as I do that the opinion of this figure is commonly very good. There isn't much more we could ask for. Knocked it out of the park, for sure. In terms of articulation, you're going to have your standard mobility. I mean, double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. I don't think there's anything you're going to be lacking. In terms of articulation for the poses you may want to look at, one really cool thing is his holsters for his blasters. Super nice. They are pleather. I wish they could have used regular leather. I was actually looking for a way to take it off so that I could treat it with some 303. And back here, this is Velcro, but I mean, you can undo it, but I don't know how else you'd get it off. I don't want to mess with any of these lower buckles or anything, so I may try to stick paper underneath here and treat it myself. Because if you're like me, I mean, these figures are very expensive and you want them to last as long as possible. So that's just a thought. Boots are plastic. And I mean, yeah, you can see his plating here, which is secret canon, I guess, is where he kind of got shot by Boba Fett in the Clone Wars that they never finished. And to change out the faceplates, it's just magnetic and they peg in. I did have to glue this magnet in, and I knew that coming into this figure that there was some quality issues where they just weren't gluing the magnet, which a drop of super glue, I mean, it's really not that big of a deal if you ask me. Here we have the angrier head sculpt. Killed it. Not sure which one I'll be displaying. I kind of like this one best. The, I guess you could say, middle head sculpt where his teeth are showing, but he's not like screaming. Looks really good. Oh, ironic. One of the magnets in the faceplates just came out, so I'm having to glue that back in for sure. No, it's a nitpick, but you think they could keep an eye on their quality. Great figure, and definitely glad I picked it up. Yeah, I kind of paid into the hype, but as I said, that's why I got the Deluxe, because my Clone Wars era, prequel era figures, he'll definitely fit in, even though his outfit is a little different than what we saw in the Clone Wars. I think it'll look just fine. So let's take a look at some poses. All right, guys, this is just a simple pose. I mean, he's just standing there waiting on somebody to try him. I just got the relaxed hands and just a hair away from his blaster. Got his face kind of hidden by his hat, which, I mean, how could you not? Very simple pose, and as I've said before, I'm no expert in terms of posing by any means, so great figure. As you can see here, I've got him displayed on his flight stand, which for those that like dynamic poses is a great addition. But as I've said, I'd like to have just had a crotch grabber as well. I don't know why they can't include both. Pro tip, if you're not already doing this, you definitely want to heat up, put the hands in some hot water before trying to put them on the figure or trying to put the blasters in them. It'll save you a lot of headache. You ain't got to worry about breaking nothing. So, may not be the first time you've heard that, but it's something I've definitely applied to myself. And here we have him in another museum pose, I guess you could say. Fun fact, that toothpick is actually made of toothpick. So if anybody wants custom toothpicks for their Cad Bane, hit me up for commission. Call this pose the this town ain't big enough for the two of us. No, honestly though, you don't have to do much to get the point across with this figure. I mean, it's exceptional by all means. All right, guys. Overall thoughts on this figure? Exceptional. Knocked it out of the park. I do have some complaints, but I mean, I couldn't think of a figure that we wouldn't complain about. I do wish that these holsters were made of leather, because getting those blasters in for the first time is very tight. I wish we had some wires in the trench coat, but Aside from like little nitpicks and of course the magnets not being glued in properly, I really can't think of any reason as to why you shouldn't buy this figure. And if you're new to the channel, I'm new to Hot Toys and 1/6 scale collecting, so I'm late to the party. I'm sure that everyone who has wanted this figure has already gotten it. I had to buy this on the secondary market because it was sold out on Sideshow and I didn't really look any other places. But that just goes to show how popular and great this figure is. Overall, 10 out of 10. I mean, I can't think of anything that is a real complaint, you know? But yeah, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, check out more videos, and we'll see you in the next one.